Okay. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just bear with me just a little bit. You might have an pleasant surprise. So we're looking for catharsis of some kind. Happens on a deep level. All right? You okay? Feeling a little strange, aren't you? Yeah.
Oh, everything's getting really light up here.
Let the light come in. But you've always wanted. Come into me. There's little need for my words. Are you sorry?
I want to look to God now. I want Him to be my strength.
Maybe.
Always. I want to turn away from my mother and what she did. I want to leave her behind. I want to forgive her.
That's it. Let her go. She can forgive her father, for she knows not what. Standing in her shoes, and now you know what she felt. Isn't that right? You had to learn it this way, didn't you? It's all right. It's something you had to learn, right? You could learn it no other way, right? Okay? All right? Okay. Right? Okay. You're all rigid. You're all tightened up. You feel anything? Your heart beating fast, that's one of the symptoms.
Are you able to release a voice, and
Yeah.
also are you healing of some sort? Are you able to heal maybe a pain or to get the voice out?
Yes.
Because
It's possible. It's possible.
I know we haven't got much time here, so you're just dealing individually. But I was trained as a singer, you see, and I'm having great difficulty now.
Oh. Yeah. She's trained as a singer, huh?
Yes, but I'm not doing anything at the moment. It's as though I'm pinned down. You know, something is sort of pinning me down. And now I've reached a point whereby when I start to sing again, I'm picking up the pieces. The voice is, I'm having a lot of phlegm. Although the vocal cords are quite healthy, so I've been to the voice clinic. Something is as though something is trapping the actual expression.
Well, let me... No, that's okay. I want to make comment. You heard what she said, didn't you? You didn't hear what... Oh, well, I thought you could hear that.
Well, I was just saying that for some years now, I've been trained as a singer, and I really should be out. I should be out there singing. You see, if you take my point, says I also have a problem in that, although I try to sing now, and my vocal cords I know are quite healthy because it's been passed by the voice clinic people, I still can't get the voice out because I feel as though something is trapping my voice. And so each time I try to sing, I'm having a lot of phlegm and the voice is being stopped.
So it sounds like a little gargle, does it?
So I wanted to know if you could do anything to... Why do I get this way? I mean, am I keeping myself down, or have I got some entity inside of me that's...
Okay. Bring the microphone over so I can talk to her there. Okay. Bring the microphone over so I can talk to her there. Pardon? There's a little job over there for you. No, hold the microphone so we can talk a little bit. Yes. Okay, we'll talk a little bit.
Yeah. Yes.
Did anybody see the clue? Did anybody pick up? See, when people talk, thank God, I have a voice, and I can listen to a voice, and I can look for the little clues in the opening statements, the opening salvo. It's always there somewhere. Where was the clue to this lady's problem? Anybody pick it up? Nobody? No, that's not the. No, there's a clue as to what. No, that's not the. No, there's a clue as to what her real problem is. Yes, go ahead.
I was a singer and I used to be ambitious. I think that maybe you're making your priority.
That too, but that's not the root of it.
Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. I just want to hear if you could. It's all right. I just want to hear if you could see. That is true. That's true what you're saying. I'm not arguing with that. She's egotistical and ambitious. But what was the clue? She says, "I'm afraid of failure. I'm afraid of success." There are people who are afraid of failure, but another failure is afraid of success. And you get a lot of feedback. You get a rush to your head. Did you know, what's the name of the guy that they call the king in Elvis Presley? He died from too much pride. He died from too much pride. He died from an uprush of glory to his head. I would imagine that he would also become afraid of failure, because when you get that uprush of praise we were talking about before, if you're not mature enough to deal with praise, it will bring you down. It will make you feel inferior. It will make you feel strange. It will, even though you want success, you're terrified of the effect of getting it. Who understand? Do you understand that?
Yes. Well,
I hope you do, because
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I wouldn't have thought that I was egotistical. Bad.
you're the egotistical as all get out. You have no idea how egotistical you are.
Oh, really?
Yeah, O'Reilly.
Well, I can't really see myself as you see me, but
But you just said you gave me the clue.
yes.
And you've been sitting here most.
But
But you just said you gave me the clue,
yes.
and you've been sitting here most of the day, haven't you?
Well, I'm a little shy in any
No,
case.
but you did.
know.
You did hear. You'd heard me talk about these things,
Yes.
about how praise goes to your head. And
Well, I never thought that praise went to my head as such, because.
well, why are you afraid of success?
Well, why
I just
am
told
I
you.
afraid?
See, I told you. What kind of?
So what's my cure?
Pardon?
What?
Success. I've never heard such phenomenon.
How many people here have a fear of success? One here, two there, one there, back there. How many more? You fear. See, you've never heard of it, but it exists.
Sorry, my main problem also is that I'm constantly thinking that I haven't arrived. I'm constantly trying to arrive, learning, exercising,
Exercising will.
and going to this various colleges to perfect my art. And really,
You know, the emphasis is in the wrong. Look, young. What's your Pauline? Pauline,
Yes.
will you forgive me
yes,
if I squash you at this point without? I don't mean to be rude, but you're on the wrong track.
what exactly
I won't be
do
able to
mean?
help you because you're on the wrong track. You haven't realized you're on the wrong track. I cannot help you along the track you're going.
Yes,
See, if I encourage you, if I try to remove the impediment,
yes,
see, if I encourage you, if I try to remove the impediment to your success, I might be able to do it through hypnosis. But
Yes.
I could do things I know how to do all those things.
yes.
I won't do it because I'll be encouraging you on the path to self-destruction.
What could you
I
elaborate
don't know how
on
to
that
tell you
for
that. I
me?
don't know how to tell you better than I'm making my points clear as I've been going through the day. Let me ask you a question. What kind of background? Did your mother push you into the music business, or do you have some inferiority that you're
Oh,
saying?
no. I have a natural ability. Because
You have a natural ability, but you have any inferiorities and phobias or fears?
Oh, yes,
or
I have got. Well, I have
What
a
are
fear.
they? What
I have
are
a fear of cats, and I don't like.
fear of what?
Well, I'm slightly is it phobia? I don't like enclosed spaces for a
You
start,
have claustrophobia.
and I prefer wide open spaces, and I also don't like cats. You see, I have a fear of cats. Also don't like cats. You see, I have a fear of cats.
Yeah, well, we need a we need a little, rather than help you to get
Yes.
to get your phlegm out of the way.
Yes.
Well, I think we need to clear some of the other debris. Let's not work on that.
Yes.
May I suggest that you don't focus on going to
Yes.
all the voice clinics
Yes.
and the phlegm vacuum cleaners. Don't focus on that,
Yes.
because you're just compensating, struggling you're stuck in a rut of focusing on working on the symptom and not the cause. Working on the symptom and not the cause.
Yes.
And so let me go on with my cross then, because
Yeah.
I may be able to.
Yes.
I think
Thank
you've
you
missed the boat
very-
somewhere.
Thank you very much.
I don't know what you thank me for, but anyway, I hope you see it. Okay. You ready? Okay. Hello, you haven't said much, have you? Have you enjoyed the seminar?
Very much. You have solved my problems for me as you go along. I came with lots of questions.
You did.
Yes, and I couldn't get a question in.
What have you learned?
Well, one thing.
One important thing I'd like to hear. What's the most important thing
I
you...
came with many questions. I couldn't get a question in with you. Your subject matter.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Sorry, am I? Oh,
Can you hear now? He just said he came with many questions.
oh.
Can you hear now? He just said he came with many questions and they're all answered.
That's right. I couldn't ask you the question. You were ranging across much subject. And the answer just came when you were talking about something else. And that, well, yes, but it brings... This morning, you made me realise that I hadn't even got a life of my own. And over a cup of coffee downstairs, it all fell into place. I uncovered more hate for my mother that I thought I'd gotten rid of. I was going to ask you about this confusion because I thought perhaps it's my ego of me.
But I do understand, but
Things don't seem to be improving. I have chaos around my life, really. Trouble with my lad. In fact, I spoke to you on the first day here about my lad, 15, who you told me that he... About my lad, 15, who you told me that he hated me. Well, I know he does.
why?
Because I haven't... Because I've lived out my life the way my father lived it out.
How's that?
Well, my father was a non-entity.
Yeah.
My mother was everything to me. And
And your wife,
only worse, it seems.
thanks to you.
Well, undoubtedly. But she married her father, and her father was a bitter man. And that's taken a lot to get over. Actually, I did meditate.
Yeah, would you give him a mic so I can talk to him from a distance? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That way, I think, in coming to some of you, I'll give you a chance to talk that haven't been speaking up. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
I used to meditate, and I went to your Irish seminar.
Yes.
And I came back in a state of grace, although I didn't realise it as that. But everything around seemed such trivial things in shops and everything. And I had to switch off from that.
Why?
Well, because I found it very hard to live with. Everything seemed to be trivial. Everything.
You see, that's sad. See, in what he calls a state of grace, didn't know it, notices everything was trivia. But everything is. That's the truth of it. The trouble is he couldn't bear to see that because he still wasn't ready to make the transition. Because we live off that trivia. Our world is a focus on trivia. Even singing, maybe you can do some good with it. I don't see how, but you might be able to. You know, it's absolute trivia. And it's all. They'll have to be caught up in this nonsense. Frank Sinatra comes into town, everybody swoons. And all the girls yell and scream. It's all trivia. It's all trivia. Yeah, money in distracting people, having you as a personality you can be caught up with. See, but I go through life, and I see everything's trivia. I don't like to go to a movie. Maybe I will once in a while. I'll go for my wife. She's still earthy yet, so I'll go with her. I go to the zoo with my kids, but I don't go for me. I go for them. And they need that experience. They need all that stuff to eventually. It's true. It's not useful. In other words, trivia meaning not useful for ego growth anymore. And it feels like you're dying. But if you can just go through life and stop pining after it, because that's you have a longing for what it once represented. Yeah.
What I found was that I had some financial problems subsequently, and an opportunity came to improve myself materially, and I fell to ambition, and I stopped meditating, and I've been going downhill ever since.
That's sad. But you see, again, the opportunity could have been taken in an appropriate way. See, like for instance, my nephew, and my nephew is an ambitious kid. He's 33, bright, shiny, one of the survivors of the rest of my old family, the old guard. They're all dead, but he's my brother is still alive, sort of partly alive, dead from the neck up and alive from the neck down. That's it. Anyway, but he's still very ambitious and selfish, and he's got a lot to learn. My son Michael is very wise. He's pretty wise, sharp as a tack, and so he's talking to him, and he says, "Now I'm going to get this job for £150,000. He's earning 75,000 right now, so he's got a job offered to him by 1,000 right now. So he's got a job offered to him by this advertising agency, top agency. But what they're going to, how it's going to happen is that they're going to not quite give you the job, but make two of you compete for it. See, and then whoever wins the competition of it gets to do gets this salary, and the other one gets the lesser job, but still a better salary than he has already." And my son said to him, "Look, either they got no principles. Obviously, you're going to ruin your own business. You want cooperation in an advertising or any kind of business. Either they got no principles, or they're testing you." There's the carrot right there, £150,000 a year. So what you should tell him, what you should do, don't let you become ambitious, because the minute you become ambitious, you're finished. You're not going to go through the right door. You say, "Okay, I'll do it." You immediately become a slave of that, or they spit you out, one of the two. See that? Ambition is no good. What you do is should not care whether you get the job or not. Tell them, "I want the job, or you either give me the job or you don't. I don't want to play games. Thank you." Then you might find and say, "Hey, that's the kind of guy we need." Right? See, ambition will kill you. It will create the dilemma of choosing. It will create this dilemma that it wouldn't otherwise exist. And if you go through that door, your life won't be worth living under those conditions you've accepted to fulfill the promise of that ambition. You could have never must be too ambitious for everything. You could have never must be too ambitious for everything. I have an attitude: if it works, hooray. If it doesn't work, too bad. Nobody can control me by that. I had a friend who gave me £10,000 a month. An industrialist. I need that money to work. And he's been giving it to me for 2 years. I'm not dependent on it. I use it. And then something awful happened to his wife and all kinds of strange things. And I decided that, that he's not dealing with this properly. And under those conditions, I said, "I'm sorry, I cannot take your money anymore. You still..." And that's the way it should be. My ambition, I don't have an ambition for it. I can take it or leave it. Well, some good things happened after that. And I'll be making good that money another way. A few months later, someone made me an offer for the back of the ranch. I couldn't $50,000 for a piece of land I never use. The whole ranch didn't cost me $390. Then $200,000 for some trees that I won't miss. So I bought a car wash, and that brings me in $15,000 a month. See? See? I get, my spirit is strong. My lawyer friend says, Roy did that? My kids are proud of me because they want to see their father be that way, right? They love to see a father set that example. If I didn't do that, what would they think of me? A lot of things would disappear. The respect of my kids, the respect of myself, the good that could come through all that. But it's ambition that ruins you. It's a sad thing.
Truthfully, I don't think I have a lot of ambition.
But you became ambitious there, didn't you say?
I did. But I think it's because I feel responsibility for my family. Possibly that's guilt. But I think I can say that I don't really wish for anything. I don't really wish for anything very much. I don't have strong desire.
However, but in your own words,
mm-hmm.
I became ambitious.
I did.
See, it only takes one little mistake.
Yeah, but I don't have any strong desires or anything. You understand?
Sure, I do. And it's not your wish to be that way, but you get. But when the
lady,
carrot's held up, there it is.
Well, yes.
Yeah, I understand that.
But I feel that's the responsibility of the mess I pay.
Well, I do too. I mean, to give up $10,000 a month, I also $1,000 a month. I also have a responsibility to keep a whole radio station and network together. A big investment that I put into it to make something good happen. Should I be ambitious? Yeah, I feel a big responsibility. I don't feel responsibility for everything. I just do what I'm told. I just do what I know has to be done, and that's one of the things I had to do. Yeah, okay. I'm threatening the whole thing can collapse now. I don't worry about it. I know it'll come, it'll happen, and it does. You have to trust that, and you see things go much better for you. And of course, now you fell from that.
I would say that I came today on a mission like our friend over there. This whole seminar I have been to. I have started meditating. I have to come by train, and I'm doing it on the train. And things are falling into place again.
Yeah.
I still feel I've got you to get there.
Well, maybe forever is the right word. See, no, the human race, you're never going to be there. You know that. You're never going to be. You know what being perfect is for you? It's always being perfect. And how? In other words, the scripture says, become perfect as your Father in heaven is. Or be ye therefore, terrible translation, become perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. What does that mean? Your perfection is always in the becoming, never at the arriving. Never at the arriving. So every day you meet a situation with dignity. Every day you meet the bull with a matador's strength, and you become a little stronger in dealing with the world, closer, more bonded to your Creator, more with. To that degree you are perfecting that moment, and you can feel freer from guilt. You feel a sense of triumph. See? Every time you have mercy on someone and forgive them, you are forgiven also. One of your sins. Simple. Forgiven also. One of your sins. Simple. It's so simple. You get freer and freer and freer and freer. I don't know where the end is. I have the foggiest idea. But I got a little foggy idea. I mean, just a little tiny foggy idea and not so foggiest idea. It's something quite remarkable. As though the eye hath not seen, nor the ear heard, nor has it entered the heart of man what God has prepared for those that love Him. You have no. It's beyond belief. But you'll see a little bit of that heaven on this earth. You'll see the magic of it. You're going to experience, and I don't want to pump you all up with this, but when it starts to happen, remember I told you, first of all, it's a coincidence. You think, nah, can't be. I thought of one having that, and there it is. It comes to you either in a business, and there it is. It comes to you either in a business deal you can't refuse, someone gives it to you. I don't know. It comes in the strangest ways. Ways that you just can't invent. If you're a mystery writer, you couldn't invent them. But they'll start to happen more and more frequently, that it's not coincidence. There's something is projecting in front of you and taking shape, and you're moving into it. Yes, young lady. Come on. Can you give a microphone? Oh, he's doing your job. Huh? You can't move. All right. We'll have to give you a touch of the cross then, won't we? Will you forgive me for a moment? Come out of here. Come out of here. Someone stand behind him. Come out of him. Spirit of lust, spirit of lust, spirit of anger. It's the spirit of the woman in the man. Come out. You have a name? You have a name? Who's in there? You have a name? Come on, what is it? Name. Name! What is it? Name, please.
John? John?
No, in there. Beside John. Who's in there? No, in there. Beside John. Who's in there?
Lucifer keeps coming to mind.
Yeah. Okay. You all right now? Okay.
I can't. I've absolutely never tried one of them. I've absolutely never tried one of them.
Just sit there for a little bit. Just make sure his head is supported. Make sure stand behind. Someone stand behind him so you can operate the equipment. Thank you. It'll pass in a little bit. What are you discovering? I know. Discovering anything though? Make sure his head doesn't fall back, will you please? Okay.
I've never moved from my own or done. It's come from it, everything, everything.
And that's what's paralyzed in you right now, isn't it? That part of you, you've realized it. And you're no longer going to move from that, you're going to move from the God's Spirit. Is that right? You're going to move from that, you're going to move from the God's Spirit. Is that right? Let it be then. All right, that's good. He'll be all right. Don't worry. I've seen all this before. Want me to do it on you? You all right? Sure? Okay. Hmm?
Very hot inside.
Very hot inside, huh? All right. Mind if I do it to you? Okay. You recover. You mind if I do it to you? All right. And Louis? Okay, Louis, drop the gun. You're not fooling anyone. Okay. All right. Here I come. I'll start with this back row. Can the back? Here I come. I'll start with this back row. Can the front row move forward a little bit? Here you are. That will give me a whole row exposed to my shenanigans. All right. Let's see what happens. I'm just going to see what's there, right? You okay? Now, how many people felt a heartbeat? How many people, like fear, like a heart beating? Has other people felt warm or tingling? Some of you feel like hiding. Some of you felt like love, warmth, like love. You felt that? See, I just want to make sure. I didn't want to tell you what will happen. That's something healing. That's a healing. That's a healing. Okay. You didn't say much today. You all right? You enjoy the seminar? Good. Hello. You didn't say much too. I bet you got lots. Hello. Okay. Feel anything? Okay. Don't be so serious. Enjoying the seminar? All right? All right? All right, let's go to the next row. Well, we'll go over here too while we're about it, right? And I'm just looking for something that's right near the surface. Something that's right near the surface. Okay? Yeah, I get that through customs. All right. Can you guys move forward? Let's see if we can find another sensitive soul here. May I do it to you? You've got the prettiest daughters, you know that, don't you? Anything all right? Okay? Feeling? Heart beating, huh? Heart beating. Hot. You okay? All right. You okay? All right. Let's see what's cooking over here. Well, it will come upon you. Sorry, come upon you when you least expect it. Some of you will get this when you least expect it. Sweet little thing, you. See, you have the right spirit. You've got this Jesus stuff. That's great, but you're not going to reject me because I'm helping you to bring you there. As you get in there in the right way. Get in there in the right way. Can you move forward? You okay? Are you okay? Hi, Richard. Yeah? You alright? You feel it?
My heart's beating.
Heart beating, eh? You okay? Feel anything? Feel anything? That's all right. I do everything in a light-hearted way. Then.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, sure.
Well, the only reason. Can I just say something?
Yeah, sure.
Well, the only reason
You're right
you're
that.
happy is because you're expecting something to happen. You know.
Not necessarily. Some people's heart don't beat.
Well,
They don't feel warm over.
no, I'm just probably become more sensitive.
You can explain it any way you want.
But you can also.
You can explain it any way you want.
But you can also say you wouldn't need a cross either.
Explain him. Explain him over there. Explain this lady in the front.
But you can also say you don't need a cross either.
No, no. Well, this is a stick. That's what it is. That's it. All right. You haven't said much today. Is he enjoying it? Hello. I wish I could make you see, but I don't have those powers. Okay. How you doing? You doing better now? Beginning to understand?
Yes.
It's really not hard. Just drop your rage. Watch it wherever you can find it. Wherever you can find it. All right. You haven't said much today either, but you're enjoying the seminar. Phew. Hello, you've been enjoying it. I've been watching you. You've been getting a big kick at us, so that grin has been on there all day. No, nothing. No, nothing, no, nothing, nothing, nothing. Yes? Right. Hot. Really hot? Interesting. Hello. Hello. And hello. And that's it. All right. Well, we had enough interest here today. How many people felt hot inside? Ah. You know what that's going to be? A healing of some kind, but you're not going to see it today. A healing of some kind, but you're not going to see it today. It's going to, you wake up 2 or 3 days from now and you can see something's gone. You can attribute it to today.
Can I just talk about something?
Sure, here.
I haven't got in my mind at the moment. It's like I feel like I'm trapped. I'm trapped as a child. I was deserted by both my parents, and I know at that time I felt, a lot of grief and just hate, and anger, and it's like I'm trying to hold on to that innocence, and I'm sort of trapped there. It's like I'm holding on to that innocence. Rather than
Give him a mic. Someone give him a microphone so we can talk. What happened to the microphone? Thank you very much. He said before he was corrupted, he was innocent. He's trying to hold on to the innocence he has as a child. Now, that's not innocence. That's naivete. There's no true innocence. Because if you had true innocence, you couldn't be corrupted. Because if you had true innocence, you couldn't be corrupted. Do you follow that? You're born subject to the world, but you are innocent because you have not yet started on the journey to horror. You see, you're unspoiled yet. It's not perfected innocence. He's holding on to that innocence. He has to go on forward to the salvation from sin, which is the true innocence. Don't hold on to that. You've lost it already.
yeah, I have.
It's lost. There's nothing you can hold on to. It's an imagination. It's not real.
It's a trick. I played a trick on myself, and what it is I always felt there's a part of me that's good, and that's blinded me to the bad. I knew I did bad things, but I always sort of held on to this part of me that I thought was good. But I realised, and a lot of people do this, I always sort of held on to this part of me that I thought was good. But I realised, and a lot of people do this that I talk to, but I realised that I've got no right to say that there's a part of me that's good.
Yeah, you do. Let me just,
But no, what I mean, can I just finish that?
Yeah.
What I see is the only right I've got is to say that there's a part of me that's still me. Or maybe I'm wrong.
No. You're getting close to it. Want me to help you with it?
Yeah.
I've helped you so far, haven't I?
Yes, you have.
There is a part of you that's good. You know what the part of you, that all of you that's good, is the part of you that sees that you're not good and wants the big part. Now, you see, the other people don't have that. The ego doesn't have it. It thinks it's already good. And it tries to prove its goodness. It's half the battle, she said.
That's how I've been tricked by this thing in me that I've been moving from. It tells me the truth. I move from it tells me the truth, and I move from that. And I think it's right.
A friend of mine who is a cancer specialist, I hobnob with a few psychiatrists and people like that every now and then, and he confessed to me every now and then, and he confessed to me, and he's a very troubled guy, brilliant guy, troubled by his own brilliance. So it's hard to get out of, see, when you get worshipped by it, for it, you see, and acclaimed for it. Oh, Miss Doctor. Anyway, he says that he expressed it better than I'm going to do it now, but it's saying what he's saying. He said there was a part of me that told me what was right, and I thought that was from God, and it wasn't. They told him all the right things, and he was able to do the right things from that energy, from that source.
It's like an actor playing every role.
Yeah. And it tricks you into thinking that you're worthy and right, and that this is an intuitive thing. Does anybody understand that? Does anybody understand that? How many people contract with it? Oh, we see. If you never went to school to learn these things, how did you all get the same kind of message? I always say that most women go to the Satan school if you're born in China, it will come to you in Chinese. It's like it comes to you like an education, intuitive education. You see these thoughts that rise in you? They're from the same source. Everybody has the same justifications and the reasoning for everything. If it could be in Chinese or Hindustani, it doesn't make it. It comes to us all the same, variations of the same thing. Isn't it amazing? That in Chinese it'll come to us. And no one ever taught us to think like that, but we do think that way. You're having a hard time with this, aren't you? No. Okay, anything else? You're getting quite a few revelations today, aren't you?
Yes.
How's your paralysis today, aren't you?
Yes.
How's your paralysis?
It's gone.
Yeah.
But this is what happened last night. Except last night, I became like my hands were in like this, and my legs were buckled. It was like
you were spastic.
Spastic. That's
yeah.
it. And I understand that now. I know what
Oh.
that's all about.
Oh.
It's possession. Absolutely.
You took the form. As the form leaves, as the evil leaves you, it takes that form that it is.
Right.
And your body copies the form.
Another thing, a horrible smell was coming out from inside me, out of my mouth. It was the most disgusting smell, and it smelt like my dad's breath. Disgusting smell, and it smelt like my dad's breath.
Okay, that's fair enough. That, you don't have to say any more about that. That's obvious. Yes. I didn't come over there. What possessed me?
For more information, please write to FHU 27 Old Gloucester Street, London, WC1N 3X.